All right. So I was going to bed 10 p.m. This is the kind of stuff that makes my eyes water. Remember Jacob Waterling, folks? Yeah, they tried to make him. Are they trying to do that again, Timmy? I don't know. A lot of creepy old men out there, isn't there? Hey, I'm just saying, look, I'm not that good looking, but you never know. We got an Amber Alert. We got Minneapolis, Minnesota. We got Minnesota license plate FWH585. We're looking for a 2003 beige Honda Pilot. I don't know. This is two of them in like the last month, huh? So I'm thinking, okay. These make me nervous. I'm gonna write this down just in case I go in, because once you mark, in order to get your phone operational again, you got to get rid of this, and you're not gonna see it again. And I think they do it twice, 3 times. But I'm gonna go ahead and write that down in case I see one. Like I said, generally these are just disgruntled boyfriend. You know, they put them out for anything, but you never know. It's actually really scary. It makes you really wonder. I don't know. I mean, this stuff here makes me really nervous. I don't like. Really makes you wonder what's really going on. Scary. Yeah, we just, Father God, we just pray for a resolution or whatever's going on with this situation here, Lord, that if it's false information or if it's somebody using it, if whatever, if the kid's in trouble, help the kid. Yeah, the dog, AAA. Got in. No, Spencer P. No, I wouldn't have any information. I just know that I was about ready to fall asleep and it come across the wire, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put it out there. So, uh, yeah. So, well, yeah, you think so, but Oliver Hernandez says, yeah, it's scary. Yeah, well, generally, like I said, typically, yeah, legally, technically, but generally, it's not like a stranger danger. It's usually, you'll see if you look at the statistics, it's typically, yeah, they are. It's typically like a disgruntled boyfriend or something, or maybe somebody like was gonna take a car from somebody and they didn't realize the baby was in the back or something. They're on drugs. You know, rarely I've seen it where it's actually where it's a real kidnapping. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is. I know exactly that. It's like you wake up and you're like I was about not now I'm gonna. I was like I'll be lucky if I'm gonna be sleeping by like 1 p.m. or 1 a.m. So hopefully it's not, because then generally there's always a pretty quick resolution because they know it's family related. They know where the people are. But like, yeah, like, is it really somebody that just like grabbed a kid and was like, "Oh, I want this kid," and you're like, "Yeah, that's like super super duper scary, right?" And it's still a kidnapping, but you never know. So yeah, once again, it is. What did we say? So it's Minnesota license plate out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Amber Alert with the license plate FWH2003 2003 Honda Pilot, a beige. We hope that there's a resolution to that in Jesus' name. Whoa, that brought him out of the woodwork there. I come off with the Amber Alert, and y'all are like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 3 people was like, hey. So, anyways, I just wanted to come in, say that. Now you know what I got to do. I gotta go so that doesn't go on all night and my surveillance is interrupted. You already know. So I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I gotta go around to all my computers and phones on the network and say, okay, yep, thank you. Otherwise it's gonna keep buzzing all night, and so I gotta go fix that. I'll be back. So you say, well, message. Yeah, I know, the siren, the alerts, the sirens. The sirens, yeah. So you say, like, that's kind of a weird comment, right? But the truth is there's a major sex trade, right? And uh, it's not just with children or kidnappings. It really is like it's not appropriate to comment. I mean, because to keep it G-rated, but I think most people in general aren't aware. Like I've seen Christians pray about this. I've heard them talk about it in general, and it's far more extensive that there's people around the world, and it's not just young, pretty girls, right? There's some pretty strange characters, some pretty strange brews out there, and you never know. I mean, a lot of strange people. It could be anything. Uh, and if you're dealing with the entire world, well, they say there's a pretty dark world, the undernet, the dark net. It all started on internet relay chat, right? And so, obviously, I feel like with the we've got full transparency almost to the point where, all right, so you're gonna have to give up some of your liberty. I mean, well, which, like I said, I mean, it's a little strange. I don't know the full story, but what I saw them lowering Mike Lindell's mic. It's like, well, I guess I don't know. As long as, so in one sense, what we're going to be safer, right? Because it's going to be harder for people to be on an under dark net, and so stuff like this will be resolved very quickly. But at the same time, we're losing our liberties and our. So where's the balance? Is it lowering Mike Lindell's mic? Is it? I don't know. I mean, so how do you keep the most people safe with you know with the uh it gets kind of complicated, but the idea that there would be not some. I mean, I know I'm not that good looking, but I'm pretty ugly now. But hey, there's a lot of weirdos in this world, and you never know. And what I've gathered is it's not necessarily power. They say power is one of the most. It's not oysters or this or that or some food that's an aphrodisiac. Power, they say, is the most. Apparently. So some of my comments might be based on some of that, realizing that these people that have this power and money and influence all sounds kind of like the devil to me. They're the ones, and they're starting to run society. Madison Blansky. With that, I don't know. I didn't Google. There was an Amber Alert. I just decided to. We had an Amber Alert here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I just decided to come on, and it woke me up with the buzzers and stuff on all my phones. So I was about ready to fall asleep. So I thought, well, maybe God wants me to get on there for a few minutes and just post that. That's the license plate. Because, yeah, no matter whether it was by accident or it was just a boyfriend that got mad, or if it's some stranger adding another innocent child to this massive network of sex trafficking. It's not even, it's human trafficking. It's not, and it's not just kids. It's all I don't know. It's above my pay grade. I've only heard little bits and pieces. I've heard some Christians praying about it, but it sounds like it's pretty deep and pretty sick. And so I don't know what that is, but there's somebody that law enforcement decided to put that out. And they usually don't take chances with those, right? But like I said, usually it's just something, and he's going to go to jail. No doubt about it, right? He usually 99% of the time it's a male, and he's gonna be going to jail for a while. But probably didn't mean any real serious harm. Probably didn't even mean to actually kidnap and disappear or something. Because everybody's smart enough. You can't do that. You're not gonna get away with that these days, unless you're part of this dark underworld. This giant, I don't know, chess match they're playing. Power brokers. And they're playing, and it was time for someone to cash in. Somebody won a hand, and they're going to get theirs. I don't know. And they're bringing a kid around the world, who knows where. Whatever happened to Natalie Holloway? Did that kid ever? His dad was like the chancellor of wherever. Well, I don't know. Usually they don't post that they don't ever post that, almost never. You'd have to Google it, and then I wouldn't want to trust it. Whenever you get an Amber Alert, that's all they give. They just give the license plate, the make and vehicle and model of the car. They don't. Now, maybe if you turned on the news, it might, but. So that's all they're saying. Hey, where's this car? But did somebody go and did somebody lose a bet? And the power broker said, all right, everybody's cashing in their chips. I don't know. How else are they doing it? And then somebody said, oh, whoa, wait a minute here. I don't know. But it sounds like they have this extensive sexual human trafficking network of all ages, male and female, all genders, all around the world in this dark underworld. And there's getting less and less saints to handle it. And so they only got so many resources to take care of things, right? And it's like I said earlier, the evil is rising up, just like we see in the Bible. You're going to see it's infiltrating all levels of government. It's tough to tell who's who anymore, because once you got security clearance and you're in a law enforcement agency, I mean, you're pretty much, other than internal affairs and some behind the scenes power broken, you're basically untouchable above the law, right? Pretty much. I don't know. I could Google it, but is it going to tell us what happened? I don't know. But I know I was about ready to sleep. I was ready to get me about another 5-6 hours, be ready to go for the week. And then when those start going off, you're like, what are the odds? A Sunday night. So, it could be just a guy got in a fight with his girlfriend. They was having a few drinks. They were hanging around, and she said, "You got to leave." And he's like, "All right, well, I'm taking Sally with me here." And she's like, "No, you're not." And then and then all it takes is, he wasn't heading south to the border. He's just probably gonna go home, but now he's going to jail. It's usually something like that. But either way, you got me up now. What does I don't know. How are you gonna? Not sure. Well, that got people's attention, huh? Amber Alert. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't be laughing. It's very serious. I'm not taking it like I'm surprised how many comments all of a sudden. I've only had 1 or 2 comments in like 2 or 3 weeks, so but let's here, I'll Google it to see if they came up with any more information. We'll see what kind of information Tiny Timmy will give me. Because he's controlling this too, the fake news, all the algorithms and the AI, they're deciding what they're paying. This is a broker thing too. Remember that back in the day, there used to be a little trick when instead of watching C-SPAN, you could write up a little web page, and there, if you were kind of one of them nerds that hung around Bill Gates and IRC, you figured out, well, if I tag this or that number, it's not like that anymore. It's who's paying the most money for their ads. Then Tiny Timmy he's got a little play in the background saying, nah, I want him to see this. But for the most part, it's just who's paying the most money for the ad. And I'm saying, they're saying, oh, Hondo's in a. I'm reading this one here, and I'm going, oh, Hondo's in on it. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm going, love you, half the kingdom. Okay, 22 minutes ago, Care 11. Oh boy. Okay, so there we go. You want a picture? So we got the BCA says Raylene Childs is 3 feet, 45 pounds with black curly hair, pigtails, and wearing a punk and yellow jacket. I don't know what that means. Black stretch pants and pink shoes. Punk and yellow. I don't know what that means. Oh, this isn't a rusty taco. Uh-oh. Officials say a vehicle with a child inside was stolen from the Rusty Taco on Hennepin Avenue Sunday night around 8:40 p.m. So this guy is halfway to Mexico already. Okay? So we got the Rusty Taco. I don't know. The only Rusty I know is out of Channel 5. Rusty. They say Rusty used to show up. They'd leave the back porches open for Rusty. He's someone at Channel 5 down there. That's the only thing I can think of Rusty. He knows Dave Dahl, and you call him Rusty. Was he into sports before he was the original sports guy or something? Maybe he does something down there still. He was the original. They used to joke that he would before he'd show up for work the night before, he'd get so hammered down there that some of his coworkers they'd leave, so because he wouldn't quite make it home or something, and he'd wander around, and then they'd leave the porch door open for him, and he'd usually pass out in the back there somewhere when he'd be going home from the bars. That's the only thing I can think of about a Rusty Taco. Yeah, I'll show it one more time, and we'll get a good picture here. See? Look at there. That's right. Black Lives Matter, even for Kemper. So, yeah. But at least, see, I mean, that gives you a little comfort, though, because if they went out putting an Amber, look, now you got me up till 2 a.m. I was about ready to go to sleep. I mean, if you're gonna do something like this, at least them took them almost 2 hours to verify and make sure this just wasn't some, boyfriend got mad, left in the car with the kid. So, but yeah. Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm gonna get. I didn't mean to get that. I didn't mean to get that much attention. I really didn't. I wanted somebody to know that it was something other than audio surveillance. So, anyways, right, might be that situation with the dad that takes the child. Yeah, well, who knows? I mean, yeah, because if you're gonna, although you wouldn't if you're gonna if you're actually gonna be like a stranger danger kidnap, like I'm gonna like I'm gonna steal a kid that I don't know. You're probably gonna be like Hennepin Avenue, not a bad choice, I guess. Pretty busy, a lot of cameras though. Right, a lot of audio surveillance, and it's not such a good idea. It's more like the dad thing, but never know. In the same sense, though, there's a lot of people around. You can kind of blend in, and if they don't get you on that camera, I mean, you're out of there with the kid, I suppose, maybe. But if as an FBI profile, probably not. Wouldn't be my thinking that's their first choice. Well, sounds more like just having some food with girlfriend or something. I don't know. Never know. Although when they put up the crime tape, there. I hope it's not one of those situations where they sent out somebody lost a hand, somebody lost a bet, so they need another one for Pizzagate. They need how many Pizzagates are there around the world? I mean, I know they say that was made up, but I mean, if you think about it, if it's as extensive and disgusting and horrible and scary as they some people make that out to sound, in a world where the devil runs it, hey, very plausible, reasonable, even very likely. There's places like that you can go, right? As long as you don't talk like Camper does. Sure. Thank you, Oliver Hernandez. You got a new sub? I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, take care. Thanks for stopping by the channel. It's nice to have a little company. Take care. Okay. But I mean, it could be one of those. Find it, and then somebody said, "Hey, no, you wasn't supposed to do that." So now we're here. We go. We're gonna send out the Amber Alert now. Nope. I mean, I don't know. You never know. Yeah, you stay safe too, there, Oliver. Do the best we can. Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say this, like I'll say this too, if anybody's even just for the record. Like I said, I I think if we ever get to a point where we can't trust law enforcement, especially people like the BCA, well, we're talking like Tijuana and like Mexico City now, then, and all bets are off. So I mean, I guess I wouldn't know. But I would imagine things, yeah, we're the greatest country on God's green earth, greatest system alive. It usually works most of the time, well, unless you talk to, you know, you talk to certain categories of society, they disagree. Um, I don't know, and there's a lot of statistics and charts. Campaign Carl could bring up some charts that would show it's actually pretty proportional, given based on uh, per capita or whatever, based on. And I don't want to get into that because all it does is start a fight. But the point is that I feel like even though, like I said earlier, I think we truly should. Yeah, we need to listen to Never Again. We need to listen to these people that are concerned because yeah, we don't want them to keep. We don't want to burn buildings down anymore, right? And we want people to feel inclusive, and Black lives do matter. All lives matter. And normally I think we can trust law enforcement, but I've had some experiences too where hey, hey, look, I think we're better with cops, but please don't remember this, guys. Don't forget that. And don't do that to me anymore. All right? Because imagine a world without any law enforcement. So there's always going to be some that fall through the cracks a little bit. I guess that's just, the Bible said the poor would always be with us. There's always going to be a certain amount that you just, I don't know, what do you call it? Collateral damage. But that's why it's important to remain humble, right? Because any of us can be subject to that truly, whether you're Valerie Plame or whoever you are. You're just a little guy on the internet, got woken up by an Amber Alert. So there you go. I'm right down that middle again. I'm like, even though I know what it's George Floyd, and I know what a lot of these, I don't know. I mean, I've had similar experiences where I felt like police abused their power and continue to abuse their power. Exactly for what? I don't know. Sure. But I'm not one of the look at, like I said, in Minneapolis, they disbanded the whole thing. And now all of a sudden they're like, hey, yeah, that wasn't such a good idea. Can y'all help us again now already? And I'm saying, is there anything we can ever come in the middle together? Why is it so extreme? See, because if I hold this up, just about every redcoat Republican's going to be like, go hang that guy in the public square. Who does he think he is? But if I say, hey, never again. Hey, you got that salad, right? And them sticks, maybe? Or know a gal that's got it? She's like, yeah, but I don't want to hear anything. I don't want to be questioned about, when I say it's time to disband the entire department. I don't want any resistance from you anymore, Kemper. Just trust me. And I'm going, well, yeah, I remember that SWAT team twice, and I'm going, and you got them sticks and salad, you say? You can hook me. I'm getting pretty old here. I'm running out of opportunities. And I'm thinking, but I want somebody to be there when this guy come across. Oh, wait, they never did. They came for me. So I'm thinking, maybe she got a point. But then I'm thinking, well, the last 40 years, law enforcement really, for the most part, up until the last 10, unless I really deserved it, like I was driving, like I was speeding and I was intoxicated, I deserved to be pulled over. Well, unless you're Mark Jones and you know everybody. And they probably gave me a couple of them too before they finally said, we just like to see you in handcuffs now. So I understand. However, it's like there's no balance. And so my point is, like, we have to trust. If we ever get to a point where enough people, where our government becomes so corrupt, like Tijuana or Mexico City, and I'm not ripping on Hispanics. I'm not saying that all these guys coming over. I'm not going Big Don on you. Professor Bums. I'm not going, big down on you and saying, look, all these guys are MS-13. But I'm saying if you're in SoCal, you're gonna want something other than a butter knife and a bow and arrow locked in your basement. When okay, but I ain't. No, there's. I told. See, look at that. Little girl has been found non-safe at this point. Oh, his parents. It was a boy. Looks like a girl to me. Is that even? Aye, let's go. What? This is a picture. It was a guy. That looked like a little girl to me. Oh, you said the little girl is say with his parent. Oh, oh, you just made a mistake. You meant her parents. Which you have to be careful because we have to be gender neutral in order to be a professional, especially in law enforcement. You have to be and business and just about anything now. You've got to understand that society's changing. But yeah, that was her. Well, that's good. So yeah, it must have been one of those situations. But now you got my attention. You got me awake. What do you want to talk about? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, God has delivered again. Well, I don't know. I don't know what it was, but it really is. I think it's pretty complicated. Some of this stuff here, and hopefully, anybody that ever listens to my channel. I mean, part of my goal would be to show that I'm not an extremist. Amen. Yes, of course. And like I said, I doubt it was probably a boyfriend or a previous boyfriend or something like that. Maybe even saw the girl with the new boyfriend and was like, oh, and got mad, had a few drinks, maybe a little that, maybe something else. And he was like, oh, I'll show you guys. And well, I guess he's spending the night. He's spending the next couple of weeks at the Hennepin County Jail. Not a fun place. Actually, a lot more dangerous than you'd think. Because it's a big jail, and you pretty much have the inmates running the asylum for the most part. At least that was my take, and that was a long time ago. Anyways, y'all said Professor Bums. You can't make this stuff up, folks. Professor. Uh, but that is not a joke. I mean, I don't take that stuff lightly, but anyways. Well, maybe I suppose I'm awake. I might as well get caught up on my New Testament Bible reading. Hopefully that's not gonna. I noticed a new feature. I don't know if you were aware, but at least on all the phones I had prior to this, the software system would not allow you to turn off Amber Alerts, and I don't know if you can, because I wouldn't want to do that. But you might. I think there's an option to actually turn these Amber Alerts off now. Okay, we'll see you later, Echo Pen. Yeah, I'm gonna try to lay back down soon too. And I don't know if anybody's here, but I just pretend like I talking to myself like usual. Not myself, but the other thing is stuff like this is rapidly happening so fast and unfolding. How you keep track of what's relevant? I mean, it's just all the. I mean, and that's part of the reason why. I mean, I think you see that like the drug problems are so worse than they finally. I think law enforcement was just like, why are we wasting our time anymore? Right? Obviously, and so that same principle kind of applies with crime, why they're starting to let people out for stuff and not arresting for certain things, and they're not. How do you only have so many law enforcement that you're supposed to be able to trust, right? No matter what. And they can only handle so much. They only have so many resources. They got to sleep, for 8 hours a night. How do they get to all that and know what is relevant in a 24-hour cycle, constantly going with people, constantly? It's just barrage of crime. And then you add in the, like, who's on the take? Is there any dirty cops? Is there any detectives or judges or lawyers, or who's doing what? Are they paying somebody off? Are they in the gang? Are they in part of this crime network? Because that's what the devil would do. He'd get the people that are in charge to start running things, and it's like it's like, oh my goodness, what's the truth? What's real and what's fake? What's the fake news? What's the real news? Oh goodness, you're like, thank you, Jesus. You're like, I got my Bible, and I got this. They can't take this from me, right? Unless I give it back. Where'd it go? Where is it? Come on, buddy. Well, I got one. This one here. Right? They can't. If you got that, you got a chance. You remember? They're always saying, don't trust, the mafia guys would be like, don't trust the guy that won't have a drink with you. And I'm saying, hey, trust the guy that ain't drinking. Because that's what the Bible says. Oh, yeah. Oh, we got another one there, eh? What's this one? Mm-hmm. Well, now that I got a little action, I'm a little more nervous that people might. I'm gonna have to be a little more careful about what I say. People, they might click on a video randomly and go, "Whoa, who is this guy? Oh, like, what's up with this dude? Where did that thing go? Come on, it's here somewhere." Anyways, yeah, I'll turn this back off in an hour. Let me see if I can find that. I got that 35-year one I found it vacuumed upstairs. Not downstairs. Downstairs. Upstairs. And I found it on the floor. One of him, he's the guy up there, he's got what, 40 something, 48. Gonna have 49. He's gonna make it to 50. I told him, hey, you can hold on to that remote for about another year and a half, huh? And you'll have 50. $50 without one of them. Whoa. He's gotta be one of the, I mean, there's a lot of more guys. But if he could stay healthy, He'll be like that. What are they? Them 100, like the oldest person on Earth. He'll be like one of them guys. He'll be like the oldest live or the last one living with the most without one of them. Like, I wonder what the record is right now. It's probably like 70, 89. It's probably even a lot, especially now. But from his time, I would say anybody under like 30s and under is for even my age, because when they started sending us to sobriety high, I'm sure there's one or two or three or maybe even more that actually stayed completely sober from when their parents sent them, the millionaire parents sent them to treatment at Hazleton, when they were about 14, 15, and they've probably been sober for 40 some years. So, but as far as the old timers go, I mean, he's getting close to being the last of the last of the Mohicans of them that time, and so he's probably going to have. Where'd it go? I can't find it. I was doing that. Well, anyways, thanks for checking in, everybody, and I'm glad the girl is safe. Not with his parents, but her parents, right? Never know. Well, she'll look a little young for that yet, but yeah, you never know. But as you know, as a professional, it's real on a professional basis. If we're talking, hey, we got an Amber Alert. Look, we're not talking about gender here. We're talking about there's a child missing, and law enforcement put out a Amber Alert. We're talking about business here. We're not talking about the Bible. And you know I'm a professional, so I wouldn't bring something like a biblical topic into something like this. Well, I try not to. And I can't find that 53. It's here somewhere. I'll have to look for it tomorrow, I guess. Man, I'm telling you though, I gotta get a GoPro by about June 20th. I gotta get me a couple. I need a 2-for-1ers. I mean, they're like $500 for the whole shebang to get you like the hose, get you a strap to put on your phylactery and get one on your back, strap one to your back, get one on the vehicle, front and back, maybe one on each side. I mean, no, but we got to get at least one. They're like $500 to get to get everything. I can't find it. It's here hiding somewhere. Well, where'd it go? I can't locate it. Oh. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna get there one day. See how I already got my wedding ring ready. And I got like a bunch of coins already. I don't even gotta go buy them. So I don't even gotta go to a meeting to get them. He got a whole bunch. Yeah, this one here, 35. So this one here is about 3 years old. I got him that one. Because, he got to a point where he ain't been to an AA meeting. He used to go with Bolt and Tushnot and all them, Peterson, right? He ain't been in 10, 15 years. They used to meet every week down there at the old yellow house. No, they don't do that. And so he stopped getting these coins, and I'm thinking, I'm worried. I'm like, dude, I mean, you got a lot. And I'm going to these meetings, and I'm hearing all these stories about, and plus, you got to put up with me. I mean, I understand. There's one thing, he got that crack pipe remote, but yeah, he's dealing with me too. I'll give you just a little bit, okay? But I'm hearing all these guys after 10, 20, 30 years. You'll hear these stories about these guys who had normal jobs, they were happy. And I'm thinking, I never liked alcohol that much. I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, yeah, these guys, they were real alcoholics and like they really, really like that stuff. Um and like they all of a sudden after 35 years they had a beer and that was it. They threw everything away. They just started drinking every day. That's all they wanted to do was drink, even beer. They didn't care about their family no more. They didn't care about nothing, and they never made it back to AA, and they died in the street drinking beer. And I'm thinking, wow, I better get him a coin. So I bought him this one a few years back because I didn't want him to. I'm like, I know you're dealing with me and I love you, buddy, and all that. But just in case you give me funny ideas, I'm gonna give you. Remember this? Remember this? You ain't been there in about 10 years. Hey, I'll get you one. You want that? So I got him a coin. I went down there into St. Paul. I got him it was at 35. So, oh wait, yeah, I probably got him this one too. No, but I got him another one at like 45 too. I bet you I bought him this one too. Cause he ain't really been to AA and he ain't got a coin from AA in a long, long time. So every once in a while I'd get him these coins. So so I got it right here. I'll get there, Hefty Kingdom. Yeah. Yep. All right, so we're at 55 minutes. I'm out of here. Okay. Good night. God bless. God willing, I'll be back in the morning.